ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation. Ito po ang DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. Ngayong Pasko hanggang dumating ang 2025.
Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR. Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best.
Ang bahaging ito ay hatid sa inyo ng PCSO. Hindi umuurong sa pagtulong.
Moving forward kami sa Sulong na Bayan. Ang inyong paboritong public service program ay susulong na naman. Maririnig kami sa bagong time slot na alas 5 hanggang alas 6 ng gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Sa prime time slot na ito, higit na maraming listeners at viewers ang aabuti ng aming iba't ibang segments tulad ng Gospel Verse a Day, balita sa special sectors tulad ng OFW, senior citizens, Chinoy community at iba pang makabuluhang sektor. Makakasama ang veteran journalist na si Loli Acosta. Mabuhay! Sulong na Bayan!
Good afternoon! Welcome to another segment of ating Sulong na Bayan, Envoys and Entrepreneurs. Kamusta po kayong lahat dyan? Mukhang may parating na naman na bagyo, so ingat-ingat po tayong lahat. Ako po ang inyong host, Ruby Banyares Victorino. Mag-isa na naman po ako ngayon. Wala po ang ating host talaga na si Miss Loli Acosta. So, Miss Loli, join ka na sa akin ha, next week ha. Okay, so nandito naman po tayo sa another episode. Isang magandang topic na naman po at kapupulutan ng aral ng ating mga negosyante dyan. Kaya makinig po kayo, tune in to DWIZ 882. Mapapanood at mapapakinggan po kami via website sa www.dwiz882am.com at i-download po ang DWIZ app, DWIZ 882 sa iOS at Android phone. Live din po tayo sa DWIZ 882 Facebook page at YouTube channel. So, magandang hapon po muli sa inyo. Ngayon po ay, kung matatandaan nyo po, last week meron po tayong napakagandang bisita, si Miss Daisy Reyes Tobias. At ngayon po ay isa na naman pong artista. Tama ba to? Artista, mukha po siyang artista at pwede na pong papasa na po ito sa entertainment at showbiz. So, ipapakilala ko po ang ating guest, ang ating studio guest, si Mr. Arnel Racadio from ANR Unlimited MPC. Siya po ang founder and chairman of Alternative Network Resources Unlimited and Multipurpose Cooperative. ANR is a functional outsourced service provider giving job opportunities to over 100,000 underprivileged workforce of the Philippines for the last 19 years. He built the foundation of one of the first and largest owned cooperatives in the Philippines through strategic foresight, drive, and determination. Over the years, he diversified his business brands, creating RD2, Global Resources Manpower, Inc., International Placement Agency, 8K Multipurpose Cooperative, Capstone Philippines, ANR Multi-Specialty Construction Services, and Strategic Organization Management Services International Incorporated. A leader and self-sufficient innovator, he founded and held the chairmanship and senior leadership role in Elevation Ventures LLC, Delaware, USA, a venture capital private equity company, currently establishing its presence in the US under the brand name Scrubs, a digital platform created to provide parents, homeowners, business owners, or anyone who needs immediate, convenient, affordable, and verified support and reinforcement. It also gives workers or support givers an independent, low barrier to entry work opportunity. Napakahaba po ng kanyang introduction. Arnel had created an inclusive ecosystem of his companies, cooperatives, by creating and establishing TEQ Access Gateway, Incorporated in 2018. As proof of concept, TEQ Access ANR mobile app is currently being used by over 10,000 cooperative member workforce who were once underbanked and underserved for attendance, payroll, purchases, transport, rides, bills, payment, and even remittance. In 2020, at the height of the pandemic, he ventured into a mutual fund distribution company which now holds assets under management of over 500 million. Arnel finished his executive education at the University of Cambridge Judge Business School, United Kingdom. In addition, he holds a master's degree in business administration from the Ateneo de Manila Graduate School of Business. Dean's Lister, pareho pala tayo, Arnel. Took Master of Public Administration from the University of the Philippines and a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from the University of Santo Tomas. He is currently a member of the prestigious Institute of Directors, IOD, in the United Kingdom. Palakpakan po natin ang ating studio guest, Mr. Arnel Racadio, Founder, Chairman, ANR Unlimited MPC. Arnel, kamusta ka?
I'm okay, Ruby. Thank you for inviting me over and for giving me this opportunity to discuss
Yes,
something.
thank you at pinaunlakan mo ang aming imbitasyon. So, batiin mo naman ang ating mga nanonood dyan at nakikinig ng ating programa.
So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody sa mga nakikinig at nanonood ng programa ngayon dito sa DWIZ.
Yes. Ako ay Ateneo din, MBA.
Alright.
2002. Anong year ka?
Batch 99.
99. So, alam niyo na po ang edad niya. So, obvious naman. Okay, so simulan na natin. First question. You are the founder and chairman of ANR Unlimited Multipurpose Cooperative. Can you share what inspired you to establish one of the first and largest work-owned cooperatives in the Philippines?
That's a very good first question, Ruby. No? Way back in the year 2000, and in fact, even way previous years prior to the year 2000, there is a very challenging situation in our corporate setup, wherein, alam mo noon, uso yung tinatawag na ENDO or 555. So actually, na-politicize lang yan during the political campaign ng previous presidential elections.
Yeah.
But basically, it has been practiced by a lot of companies way back before.
For so many years, yeah.
Exactly. And that's basically illegal in the first place, no. So we saw the plight of both the workers and the companies, no. So while companies make use of the casual or contractual workers for 5 months, so every 5 months they change the workers, di ba?
Yeah.
But the problem with this one is that the workers do not have security of tenure. So, walang kasiguruhan kung magkakaroon sila ng job after 5 months, right?
Yeah.
So, on the other hand, industries or companies are not maximizing the increased productivity na napuproduce ng mga employees. So, it is actually a lose-lose formula.
Yeah.
Okay. So we came up with a business model wherein we adopted a cooperative setup or a cooperative concept wherein everybody who owns the business. So even the workers themselves are part owners of the business. So that being the case, di ba? Even if they what I call na yung kanilang performance are okay.
Yeah.
Even if clients are satisfied, they have to let go of the workers and their contract
Standard.
because of the 555 practice of companies. So nawawalan silang trabaho every 5 months. So you can just imagine yung learning curve din nila. For the first 3 months, 4 months, pataas yung kanilang productivity.
Yeah.
But when it comes on the 5th month, what are they're going to do? They have to look for jobs. Because mawawalan silang trabaho on the 5th month eh. So, productivity goes down. Absences are very high. So, nawawalan, hindi na ma-maximize yung tinatawag na sustained productivity ng mga workers. That's why with this business model, a cooperative concept, the workers being the part owners of the business. For as long as they work very well, the clients are satisfied with their performance, they can continue on working for the company or with the company, even beyond 5 months.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Ruby, we have workers who've been with us for like the last 15, 20 years.
Wow.
So there is
Loyal
security of
talaga.
tenure. There is security
Yeah.
of tenure.
Because I understand the concept of co-op is like you also own the business, right? In your case.
Exactly,
No? So
exactly.
co-owners sila, they have a joint responsibility, and then you also do what do you call it? Profit sharing
Yes,
or
yes. That's,
Tama.
now, that's the beauty of the concept, no? So if you compare our workers with the other workers in the private sector who are regular employees of companies, sometimes they enjoy even more benefits.
Yeah.
Because aside from them being provided with the basic salaries, with all the legally mandated benefits, we also provide them, being part owner of the business,
Yeah.
they're entitled to profit share in the form of dividends and patronage refund.
Yeah. Alam mo, maganda yung concept, yung mindset na ikaw ay owner din. Part owner. Kasi ako po, I've been into several businesses eh. Ang nagiging challenge natin, Arnel, and I'm sure na experience mo na rin ito, may mga empleyado tayo na ang kanilang thinking ay empleyado lang sila.
Correct.
Okay, so they go to office at 9, they leave exactly at 6 o'clock. Minsan wala pang 6, nakaprepare na yan eh, no? At pag kailangan mo sila in times of emergency o may kailangan ang company, minsan hindi pumapasok, no? But with the mindset na ikaw ay owner din, baka maaga pa lang nasa opisina na.
That is correct. As a matter of fact, in addition to that, Ruby, no, being a part owner of the business, kahit na marginalized worker lang siya na assigned to our corporate clients, nandun yung there's a sense of ownership kasi, di ba? So,
Yeah.
even yung kanilang dignity as a worker is na-elevate. Kasi, as far as they're concerned, may-ari ako ng negosyo eh.
Yes.
So, hindi lang ako ordinary employee of the cooperative, but I am part owner. So, na-elevate yung kanilang integrity, yung kanilang dignidad as a human being, as a worker.
Maganda yan, maganda yan. So, na-mention mo kanina that you have about, how many members do you have in your cooperative? About 8?
Over the last 20, this is our 21st year na, no?
Yeah.
Over the last 2 decades, we were able to provide more than 100,000 job opportunities
Wow.
nationwide.
Okay.
No?
Yeah. But the member of your...
Right now, we're about 7,000 to 8,000.
7,000 to 8,000. So those 7,000 to 8,000 individuals in the Philippines, tama? Philippines
Yes,
ang scope.
yes.
How did you develop the vision and strategy for such an impactful initiative?
Well, when we talk about vision and strategy, insofar as we are concerned, there are some key elements to developing an impactful initiative to attain our mission. One is that one key element is understanding the socioeconomic landscape. As I said earlier, one of the reasons why we founded this organization, it is because we saw the plight of the marginalized workers nationwide. These are the low-level workers, no, na they don't have yung negotiating power.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
and sometimes they don't even know where to find a job. So what we do is that since we saw that as an opportunity, okay, we organize ourselves into a cooperative through the management. We look and seek out for job opportunities in the business world.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So what we do is that we look for jobs, and for as long as meron na kami nakuha na mga contracts, then we invite members to fill in these job opportunities with our clients.
Okay. So if they want to work with you, magpapa-member sila. Ganun,
Nor that's our difference with the typical other cooperatives. In most types of cooperatives, they invite as much members as possible. Kasi the more, the better for them. Kasi more membership fees,
Yeah.
more share capital, etc. But in our case, it's the other way around. We don't want to have just passive members. We want our members to be active in the business. So what we normally do is we find job opportunities first, and after meron na kami makuha, then that's the time that we invite members so that they will be the one to fill up the job opportunities that we were able to find in the market, in the business.
Alam mo, itong business model na shinare mo, bihira ko tong marinig eh. No? Napakaganda nitong idea na dumating sa'yo na you are even doing the job finding, di ba? And the job, parang sort of matching for them,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Matching. Talagang sigurado na yung mga members nyo ay merong trabaho.
So we find
Merong
jobs for them.
economy,
Hindi na
yeah.
sila maghahanap.
Oo, correct. So, comparing it to the traditional business, how do you differentiate it in terms of management and operations? Yung cooperative versus the traditional business?
All right. Well, when we say cooperative, especially here in the Philippines, iba yung concept ng mga tao eh. Diba? Normally, they talk of credit cooperatives, they talk of farmers cooperative,
Yeah.
community-based fishermen's cooperative, producers cooperative, etc. and everything. And basically, they are being run by the members themselves who are just farmers, fisher folks,
Yeah.
yung mga members of the family lang, members of the community.
Parang mostly nasa probinsya, di ba?
Correct. But in our case, we make sure that we sustain our business. That's why what we do is we run our business or our cooperative just like any other private corporation. So that means to say that we have what we call yung organized management structure. Meaning,
okay.
we have in place different functional areas in our organization. So in other words, we have HR, we have training and development, we have member services, we have finance and accounting, we have billing and collection, we have operations department, we even have business development or sales and marketing.
So, para talagang corporate.
Parang corporation. It has to be run like any other corporation. And you may be surprised, we even have a compliance department.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
we have to make sure that we practice good governance. We make sure that all policies, processes, and procedures are being practiced.
Is
and
it
observed.
because your clients are multinational?
Exactly. Because in our case, we cannot have clients. Most of our clients basically are multinational corporations as well as large local companies. So
nice.
they cannot just simply deal with an entity or an organization who
Yes.
do not have a formal management structure.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
right.
have to have that kind of thing.
At saka kung ako naman yung company who's in need of jobs,
Yes.
yung magtatrabaho for me, I would rather get it from a cooperative because I know that I'm helping a lot of people.
Yes.
Because they're owners, basically.
Yeah.
So if you have 8,000 to 10,000, 10,000 yung natutulungan ko.
Exactly.
Diba?
Hindi lang
By
yun,
hiring
Ruby,
them.
kasi sa natin, times 4 dapat yan kasi one member, owner, employee of the cooperative, may may family yan, may asawa siya.
Oh,
may dalawa.
extended.
So normally, may times 4, yung impact yan.
Yeah, because you're giving food sa table
Correct, to the
and
table,
you're feeding the
exactly.
family.
So that's
Yeah.
why, yun yung
That's right.
kanyang impact. So aside from, having a management structure, we also have what we call yung operational efficiency.
Wow.
Kasi
okay.
even clients, multinationals and large local companies, kung we don't have operational efficiency, they will not deal with us. So that means to say that we make sure that we have systems in place, we have organized processes, we have policies, we have established rules and regulations, etc., that we need to follow.
Yeah.
So parang corporation talaga.
Yes,
Na,
at
so
saka-
that this will guide us in our day-to-day operations.
Yeah.
And more than that, just like any other corporation again, we do strategic planning.
Oh, yung lahat ng
Regular. Ano lang
ng
naman,
owners?
at least yung mga
Key
key people,
persons,
mga
okay?
key people. As a matter of fact, we just finished about I think 2 weeks ago we just finished our mid-year review, business review. So here we try to assess what happened for the past 3 to 6 months based on what we have planned out last year. So somewhere along the way we make some calibrations, some adjustments based on mga business situations now. If there's a need for us to make changes, we have to do that. So that's part of being agile in the
Yeah.
organization.
Iba talaga pag graduate ng Cambridge no? Na-apply mo. Actually, iba talaga pag nag-MBA sa Ateneo, di ba?
Of course.
Okay. So, speaking of your employees, di ba, 8 to 10,000, and you mentioned about your strategic planning. So, how do you encourage them to give kasi owners yan They are entitled
Right.
also to give comments
Yes,
or
yes.
suggestions how to
Okay.
improve your operation.
Yeah.
How do you manage it dun sa dami ng
Okay.
employees, or what do you call them, employees or what?
Members,
Workers.
owners.
Okay. Yeah, owners.
Alright.
Yeah.
So yun yung kanilang, they wear a lot of hats, but at the end of the day, they're all owners of the business. How do we do it? How do we do some
Inputs,
feedback
yes,
mechanisms?
feedback, inputs from
Okay,
members.
what we normally do is we conduct regular orientation and reorientation. Remember, we are operating nationwide, so we have a lot of offices. We have offices in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. We are present in different major cities in the country.
Okay.
So because our workers and our clients are scattered all over, so it's very very difficult really for us to gather them all together and conduct some meeting. So what we do is that we do reorientation by location, by strategic areas. And then we also do what we call yung mga huddles, regular daily huddles,
yeah.
where we get feedback. And then we also have toolbox, all right? And then this one, prior to the pandemic, I used to do this. But during the pandemic, nawala. So I am now reviving it again. We have what we call the kapihan with the chairman.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Alright. As a matter of fact, I just came from...
So, physical ito?
yeah,
Sa
physical
isang
mismo.
Sa isang restaurant or what? Sa bahay mo?
Depende sa office
Office?
namin, or we get a place na
Yeah.
pag yung enough space for us to be accommodated. So we do that. That's a very good feedback mechanism
I
that we have
agree, yeah.
instituted.
I agree.
You know why? Kasi the people, they're very very proud that they're talking
Yeah.
to the chairman, to the
yeah,
founder.
at saka anong tawag doon?
This sense of pride
binibigyan mo sila ng importance.
Exactly. And what we normally do is that, no holds barred. And, ibig sabihin, it's not a formal setting kasi So, parang parang kwentuhan lang. So, yan, all guards down yan. So, if the situation or if the atmosphere is ganon kasi, you are able to get, the right, real sentiments of the people.
Yeah. So there's an open communication.
Exactly. Kasi pag yung formal setting, sila ayaw nilang magsalita But yung ganong kapihan na lang, napaka-informal ng discussion. Even their personal lives, they're sharing it with me.
Yeah.
Nakakatuwa. It's very surprising.
Maganda yun. In fact, before, when one of our guests, si Dr. Hernan Delizo, Air Vice President of PCCI, he emphasized the importance of taking care of your people.
Yes.
At isa po ito yung ginagawa na mention ni Arnel, if you want to take care of your people at gusto nyo silang magtagal sa inyong kumpanya, they're your valuable assets, there should be an open line, open communication.
Correct.
So between the chairman, the officers, and the rank and files,
Right.
we call it.
Remember, kamay-ari sila.
Yes,
They're part owner of the business. So, pantay-pantay. So, you have to set the tone that everybody feels comfortable with each other.
Nice naman. Usually, anong mga nakukuha mo feedback?
Marami.
Diba? May marites ka na pala, hindi pa uso.
Maraming mga marites din dyan. Kaya nakakatawa because, that's really surprising, as I said earlier. Even their personal lives, sinishare nila. Pati yung marites ng isa, hindi chinichismis nila yung isa. But, these are real people.
Yeah, and it's important. I mean, I'm not saying magmarites kayo sa mga empleyado nyo, but the mere fact of listening to them,
Right.
'di ba? And giving them advice on another perspective, nakakatulong 'yun Kasi if you're kung ang mga owners natin halimbawa sa co-op, may mga personal problems sa family, nadadala sa trabaho.
That's true.
Nadadala.
That's true.
So pag uwi, nasa trabaho, affected ka. So, yun naman pag nailabas na nila, Parang gumagaan na, no?
So sometimes they even have we cannot discount this fact na sometimes meron silang mga mayroon silang mga hinanakit na lalo na pag hindi na nakakarating sa di ba sa management kasi
Yes.
nagi-gatekeep ng mga supervisors ng mga
yes,
bosses,
yeah.
di ba?
Tama.
But with this avenue na nila na nasasabi na directly to me.
Yeah.
Oo.
Paano nung pandemic kasi walang face to face.
There was no face to
So
face.
mag-Zoom.
Puro Zoom kami. Exactly.
Yeah. So itong marginalized sector natin may access sila sa Zoom and everything sa ibang
Remember, okay. The profile of our workers kasi basically are relatively young generation.
so mga ka-age ko.
Exactly. So either ka-age mo, ka-age ko, ka-age ng
Okay.
mga listeners or natin, viewers natin. Basically, they have may mga telepono mga yan Diba? So,
Yeah.
yung mga Viber, mga Messenger, etc. So, yung communication is still there.
Yeah. Ano yan minsan dalaw-dalaw pa ang mga phones nila.
Exactly.
They can afford. So, over the 19 years?
This is our 21st year. So,
21st. Yan. No. So, ano ang significant changes or developments in the cooperative services?
Okay.
And ano naging impact nitong changes na to? Let's talk of cooperative in general. I'm sure you're familiar with the cooperative industry in the Philippines,
Yeah.
right? So, if you can give our listeners some facts about cooperative, ilan na ba to sa Pilipinas? Ano ba
Okay.
mostly? And yeah.
Yeah, that is it's a very good question, Ruby. If you look at the statistics and history of cooperatives here in the Philippines, way back mga 2000, 2010, there are about 80,000 registered cooperatives.
Wow, ang dami.
Right? However, there are only about less than 20,000 actively operating. So, ganun yung yung naka-register as compared to why? Again, yung sinasabi natin nga kanina because karamihan ito yung mga community-based na mga co-ops na hindi nagta-thrive.
Okay.
Especially pagdating sa yung competitiveness nila in business. Diba? So nawawala. Plus of course yung mga internal squabbles within the organization because it's not professionally run like an ordinary business. So yun yung right now, I think more or less mga nasusustain about more or less about 15,000. I don't have
15,000,
yet the latest or updated statistics.
Yeah. So before you answer yung what does 15,000 ano ang nature ng 15,000 co-op
Yes.
na yan, tayo po ay magbe-break muna. Time check, Philippine Standard Time 5:27 at stay tuned. Exciting po itong pag-uusapan natin. Bagong business model, concept na isinashare sa atin ng ating guest, Mr. Arnel Racadio. So, time check po muna and break.
Oras, hatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR.
That time check was brought to you by MX3.
MX3 capsule helps avoid pain discomfort. Iwas sa sakit.
Oras, hatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR. Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan! Sa DWIZ 882.
Ang bahaging ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng PCSO. Hindi umuurong sa pagtulong.
Ang programang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR.
Fuji Denso believes that appliances are long-term investments, so it is very important to choose wisely. And what could be a wiser choice than using reliable, durable, and energy-saving appliances from Fuji Denso? Just like families and companies trusting Fuji Denso, you will see the difference when you upgrade your usual appliances to Fuji Denso HD inverter appliances. Fuji Denso, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fuji Denso, quality above all.
Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Magtakta na oras at limitahan ang gastos sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon ukol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline number 02-8404-0171 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa PAGCOR. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam na matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa halip na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka na ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging ang isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely, game responsibly.
Sa pagtulong, kawang gawa sa lahat sinusulong. PCSO, PCSO, hindi umuurong sa pagtulong ang PCSO.
Whirlpool Appliances brings you a new era of home living, where we are all about sensing what matters. Elevating your lifestyle has never been easier. From Whirlpool washers that adapt to your laundry needs, to refrigerators that extend the freshness of your food items. As an American pride for over 110 years, Whirlpool is dedicated to creating innovations that truly matter. Experience the Whirlpool Sixth Sense innovation. Whirlpool, sensing what matters today. Making your world a little easier. Whirlpool.
Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Magtakda na oras at limitahan ang gastos sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon ukol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline number 02-8404-0171 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa PAGCOR. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam na matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa halip na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka na ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging ang isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely, game responsibly.
Papalakas ng papalakas, palinaw ng palinaw, mga balita at impormasyong naiintindihan dahil malinaw mong nalaman. Tutok lang sa DWIZ mula umaga hanggang gabi. Updated on air and online. DWIZ, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best.
Viral na pinag-uusapan, trending na mga issues, on air and online, malalaman sa DWIZ News Feed.
Magandang hapon, narito na ang mga balita. DOH inatasan ni Pangulong Marcos na paigtingin pa ang immunization program sa mga bata. Detalye mula kay Patrol 13, Gilbert Perdez.
Mariing inatasan ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. ang Department of Health o DOH na palakasin pa ang immunization program para sa mga bata. Ito'y upang maiangat pang bilang ng mga immunized o yung mga bakunadong bata sa iba't ibang sakit. Sa sectoral meeting sa Malacanang ngayong Martes, ipresenta ng DOH sa Pangulo ang catch-up plan sa National Immunization Program na nakatutok sa mga bata. Kaugnay nito'y nanawagan din si Pangulong Marcos sa mas malawak na media at publicity campaign upang maipabot sa mga pamilya, ina at kabataan ang benepisyo ng mahalagang bakuna. Isusulong naman ng Presidential Communications Office o PCO ang temang Every Filipino Deserves a Shot at Lifelong Protection. Patrol 13, Gilbert Perdez para sa Himpilang May Todong Lakas. DWIZ, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Feed.
Samantala, bilang ng mga nasawi dahil sa matinding sama ng panahon, umabot na sa 10 ayon sa NDRRMC. Balita mula kay Patrol 17, Jopel Peleño.
Hirit na sa 10 ang bilang ng nasawi matapos ang pananalasa ng bagyong Ferdy, habagat at hiner sa datos ng NDRRMC. 4 dito ang mula sa Region 6, 4 sa BARMM at 2 sa Region 9. Habang nanatili naman sa 11 ang sugatan at 2 ang missing. Kaugnay nito, sumipa rin sa 505,297 na katao ang naapektuhan ng sama ng panahon. Samantalang 45,367 individuals o katumbas ng 12,633 families ang pansamantala pa ring namamalagi sa evacuation centers sa Region 2, Mimaropa, Regions 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, Caraga at BARMM. Ito si Patrol 17 Chopel Peleño. Para sa impilang may todong lakas, DWIZ, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Feed.
Samantala, pagtatago ni Attorney Harry Roque sa pagdinig ng Kamara, kinondena ng mga mambabatas. Balita mula kay Patrol 30, Jolly Mendez.
Kinondena ng Kamara ang pagtatago ni dating Presidential Spokesman Harry Roque matapos tumanggi na sumuko sa Quad Committee na nag-iimbestiga ng koreksyon ng Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators o POGOs, illegal na droga at extrajudicial killings o ang EJ case. Ayon sa mga lider ng Quad Committee na sina Santa Rosa City Representative Dan Fernandez at Surigao del Norte Representative Robert Ace Barbers, ang naging pahayag ni Roque na hindi paglahok sa investigasyon ay nagpapahiwatig na may kasalanan nito sa batas. Binatikos rin ni na Representatives Fernandez at Barbers si Roque dahil na rin sa hindi nito pagtupad sa kanyang pangako na isumite ang mga dokumento na may kaugnayan sa kanyang yaman. Si Roque na isa ring abogado ay pinadalhan ng subpina ng Quadcom upang magsumite ng mga dokumento kabilang na ang kanyang Statement of Assets, Liabilities and Net Worth o yung SALN, bunsod ng aligasyon ng kanyang koneksyon sa iligal na operasyon ng POGO. At kabilang sa iniimbestigahan ng komite ang pakikipagsabwatan ng ilang dating mga opisyal ng gobyerno upang makapag-cooperate o makapag-operate mismo ang mga POGO hub sa maraming rehiyon sa bansa. Para kay Representative Fernandez, ang pag-uugaling ipinapakita ni Roque ay patunay lamang ng bigat ng mga aligasyon sa kanya. Iginit ng mga babatas na kung walang itinatago si Roque, bakit ito tumatangging makipagtulungan sa investigasyon ng Kamara? Samantala, iginit naman ni Congressman Barbers ang kahalagahan ng pagsunod sa batas, lalo na para sa mga public figure at mga nasa posisyon ng kapangyarihan upang mapanatili ang tiwala ng publiko. Iginit din niya na ang pag-iwas ni Roque sa mga legal na proseso ay nakakasama sa justice system ng bansa. Tiniyak naman ng mga mambabatas ang kanilang determinasyon na ipagpatuloy ang investigasyon ng Quad Committee, kasabay na rin ang paghimo kay Roque na makiisa at igalang ang kapangyarihan ng Kamara. Hinikayat din nila si Roque na gawin ng tama, harapin ang komite at huwag takbuhan ang kanyang pananagutan. Matatanda ang sinang-ayunan ng Quadcom ang mungkahi ni Batangas 2nd District Representative Jerviel Jinky Beatrix Luistro na ibasura ang apila ni Roque na bawiin ang subpina na naguutos sa kanya para isumite ang mga record ng negosyo, tax returns at SALNs na kanya nga ipinangakong ibibigay sa susunod na pagdinig. Katakataka din ayon kay Luistro na hindi maipaliwanag ni Roque ang paglago ng kanyang yaman, pagdami ng negosyo at ng kanyang ari-arian na nag-iwan ng malaking katanungan sa publiko at suspetsya tungkol na rin sa kanyang posibleng pagkakasangkot sa mga iligal na operasyon ng POGO sa bansa. Ito si Patrol 30 Jel Mendez nag-uulat para sa impilang may todong lakas sa DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Feed.
At yan ang mga balita sa oras na ito. Para sa karagdagang impormasyon at mas marami pang mga balita, bisitahan kami sa aming website www.dwiz882am.com at sundan ang aming X account at Facebook page DWIZ. Ako po si Haya Ludovico.
Huwag pahuhuli, huwag papayag na wala kang alam kapag viral na, kapag trending na. Alam agad sa DWIZ news feed.
Ang balitang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best. DWIZ! Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR.
Ang bahaging ito ay hatid sa inyo ng PCSO. Hindi umuurong sa pagtulong.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882.
Nagbabalik pong muli ang ating programa, Sulong na Bayan. At dito po tayo sa special segment natin ng Envoys and Entrepreneurs. So kanina po ang pinag-uusapan natin ay about social enterprise o ito pong tinatawag na cooperative. At may tanong po tayo kanina sa ating guest, si Mr. Arnel Racadio, at napag-usapan po natin na there are about 80,000 cooperatives in the Philippines, registered. Pero 15,000 lang po dyan ang nasa operation. So, I will allow our guest, Arnel, to expound on this. Arnel, ano ba yung 15,000 na to? Anong nature nila?
Yeah. Actually, mostly ng itong more or less about 15,000 active cooperatives, these are mga multi-purpose cooperatives just like us. And karamihan dito mga credit cooperatives.
Okay.
Alright.
Pag sinabi mo, ano
Okay, when you say cooperative, that kasi there are different types of cooperatives. Meron yung farmers cooperative, meron yung credit cooperative, employees cooperative, electric cooperative, agricultural cooperative, etc. etc. If you engage in at least one or two types of cooperatives, classified ka na multi-purpose cooperative.
I see. Okay.
That's right. So, yun yung kwan. Now, let me just share a little bit of parang tickle for our about cooperatives. As I said, when you say cooperatives here in the Philippines kasi, karamihan ng mga notion nila ito yung mga tinatawag na mga community-based na mga cooperatives. But actually, when you go abroad, cooperatives are big businesses. As a matter of fact, they have multi-billion-dollar businesses. Ang tawag nga namin sa kanila, sila, para sa mga conglomerates. You know, they own banks, they have mga shipping companies, mga financial institutions. Ganon kalaki ang
sa abroad or here?
Abroad.
Okay.
So kaya nakakalungkot, but it is something to look forward to. Kumbaga, in Europe, in US, in North America, ang lalaki. They are very impactful into the economy of their countries, and hopefully mag-graduate din tayo and may elevate natin yung cooperative movement here in the Philippines to be like the cooperatives worldwide.
Wow. So, nakita na po natin yung magnitude ng cooperative. So, if you want to put up a business at gusto po natin marami tayong kapartner, pwede naman po nating subukan yung another business model, which is the cooperative. At ito, Arnel, you mentioned kanina, this is being regulated by CDA, right? So, CDA is Cooperative Development Authority. So, hindi po ito under ng Securities and Exchange Commission or DTI, but it's regulated by CDA. So, they have their own regulatory body, right?
Exactly.
And I understand is it easy to establish a cooperative?
Well, it is yes and no, I guess.
Yes and no, okay.
It's easy if you really know the basic or the fundamentals of kasi like for instance, actually si Ruby and I are part of a business chamber, no? So we are part of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Promote natin PCCI Makati.
PCCI Makati.
Yes.
And si Ruby here is our vice president.
And you are the corporate secretary, di ba?
Okay. Now, part of the vision or thrust of our chamber basically is we wanted to have some form of inclusivity sa mga, especially for the small, micro, medium enterprises within the Makati area. So we also organized a cooperative within the chamber. And our papers are now actually in process. So hopefully, within the month, we will be able to finalize everything, and we launch this in due time.
So 15,001 na with the addition of PCCI Makati. You know, kaya po namin ito sinashare ni Arnel because our goal is very noble. We want to help the employees, tama ba to Arnel? No? The employees of our respective businesses at saka yung mga small businesses, pwede po silang mag-avail ng loan through our cooperative, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Yan. So, kanina na-mention mo yung sa cooperative kasi there is this profit sharing.
Correct.
Parang maraming owners, no? Sa business naman, ang tawag nila anong tawag doon? Yung profitability with its cooperative mission. Kasi it's different from business eh. Sa business kasi, 'di ba, more on profit, tapos you share sa mga owners lang na very limited. Pagdating naman sa cooperative, you share to everyone equally. Tama ba 'yon? Equitably ang term, yes. So, how does ANR balance the goal of profitability with its cooperative mission to serve your members' interest?
Okay. Let me put it this way. Balancing profitability and the mission of the cooperative to provide services and benefits to its membership. No? So, actually, sa isang banda, there is nothing to balance in the sense na because your stakeholders are the members, owners themselves. So, sila na mismo eh. Kami na mismo eh. Di ba? So, unlike in a private corporation that you take into consideration the best interest of the shareholders who are basically the owners, either individual yan or dalawa tatlo lang or group of people. Unlike in our case, everybody co-owns the business.
Yeah.
So, but what we are trying to do, therefore, is that we try to integrate the cooperative mission to its members by maintaining and sustaining some form of decent profitability. Why do we need to do this? Of course, we need to have profit in order to sustain our operations. Para at least tuloy-tuloy pa rin. So that's how we do it. So how do we do this? Number one is by integrating, we adapt certain or key elements. Okay. One is we practice what we call member-centric governance. So meaning to say, we make sure that we practice good governance. We make sure that there is an active participation of the representative members. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng lahat-lahat yan, di ba? So if we have 8,000,
it's a lot.
Hindi pwedeng yung 8,000 sila lahat-lahat magmamanage ng business. Of course, there's some certain level of professionalism in terms, we have to have some expert in managing the business. There's got to be some form of business acumen of the persons running the business. There's got to be some form of management skills of the people running the day-to-day operations of the business. So number two is that second element is what we call fair profit distribution.
Okay.
All right. Now, under the law, we are mandated that 70% of the net income of the cooperative will be plowed back to all the members. So, in a very equitable, not equal, but equitable manner.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how we balance, no? So at the end of the day, or at the end of the year, they're entitled to profits, no? In the form of dividends and patronage refund, yung 70% na net income ng co-op, babalik yun sa kanila.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the third element is we provide them with in balancing is we have to provide them with affordable and accessible products and services. Since we have the numbers, okay, so we are able to negotiate to some entities at a wholesale price, but we give them also, we pass on to them the prices at a wholesale price as well. So, affordable para sa kanila. And they don't need to, we will be the one to negotiate with, mga suppliers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
so that's one of the key elements. And another thing is that we make sure that we also invest in training and education. Okay. With all the members that we have, we make sure that they are also updated with trainings. Say, kailangan i-skill mo, i-skill mo rin sila. So we provide them. One of the most important training that we provide our workers basically is yung tinatawag na naming values, work values training.
Maganda yan.
That is very important, especially for low level and margin workers.
Yes,
Diba?
yeah.
Sometimes they do not, sa kanila basta may trabaho sila, okay na eh.
Yes.
Right? But we have to make sure that they really realize the value of work. that they have.
Wow. Maganda yan. Alam mo, we're getting to the exciting part. Kasi gusto ko yan pag pinag-uusapan yung value ng workers, no? Meron din tayong questions from our listeners and viewers here. Pero itatanong ko yun sa'yo sa pagbabalik natin. Time check po muna. Philippine Standard Time, 5:49. Magbabalik po tayo for a short break. Thank you.
Oras hatid sa inyo ng Pagcor. Oras hatid sa inyo ng
Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now at Google Play or Apple App Store for a chance to win more than 75 million pesos jackpot prize. Visit Bingo Plus official website at bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Oras hatid sa inyo ng Pagcor. Si Miss Loli Acosta. Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882.
Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Magtakda na oras at limitahan ang gastos sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon ukol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline number 02-8404-0171 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa Pagcor. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam na matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa halip na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka na ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging ang isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely, game responsibly.
Prepare delightful dishes every time with Technogas Technique appliances. Experience excellent cooking results with Technogas Technique's premium selection of cooking ranges, range hoods, built-in hobs, ovens, and kitchen appliances. Technogas Technique combines elegance, functionality, safety, and durability to enhance your skills and passion for cooking. Make Technogas Technique your cooking partner and fill your kitchen with appliances made to last. That's the Technogas Technique.
Umuurong sa pagtulong, kawang-gawa sa lahat sinusulong. PCSO, PCSO. Hindi umuurong sa pagtulong ang PCSO.
Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Magtakda na oras at limitahan ang gastos sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon ukol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline number 02-8404-0171 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa Pagcor. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam na matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa halip na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka na ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging ang isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely, game responsibly.
DWIZ! Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan! Sa DWIZ 882.
Alright, good afternoon. Nagbabalik po tayong muli sa Envoys and Entrepreneurs segment natin for Super Tuesday. So, very interesting po ang ating topic about social enterprise or cooperative. At meron po tayong question from King Roland. Hello, Roland. How can someone be involved or join in cooperative, like for example, in agriculture? May alam ka ba sa ganyan?
Actually, thank you for the question, King Roland, no? But yung the cooperative that I'm involved in right now is more of a manpower cooperative.
Yes.
So I'm not so familiar with the ins and outs of agricultural cooperatives.
Yes, so but more or less they can inquire with CDA,
yes,
right?
CDA,
Because
yes.
CDA is mag-inquire lang po kayo sa CDA. They can assist you on how to be part of the agriculture cooperative, no? Or paano maging involved doon. So kanina po, para sa mga gustong mag-establish ng cooperative, or if you already have one, meron pong mga binigay si Arnel na mga key elements. Ang una is member-centric governance. You should have that in your organization. Fair profit distribution. 70% po ang dinidistribute na profit sa mga members cooperative. Affordable and accessible, because there are ang dami po nila, then they can more or less demand for a fair price from their clients, and of course the services po nila and suppliers. Yes, so that makes the services much affordable because they can haggle for price. And lastly, very important, the training and development or education of members. So kanina nabanggit natin when I introduce you, nabanggit ko yung tech access. Technology, no? So let's talk about technology in a cooperative setting. In what ways does ANR incorporate technology and innovation to enhance its services and operations? Meron ba tong mga new tools or systems na inintroduce ka?
Yeah. Okay. In today's business environment, in business world, no, either you adapt, you innovate, or perish. And
that's right.
Technology is a necessary tool now. It is actually a game changer in any business, for that matter. So all businesses should have or should use or maximize the functionality of the available technologies out there in the market in order to be more competitive, to be more efficient. So that's why with ANR, we also adopted or what we call yung digital transformation.
Wow.
All right. So how do we do this? So number one is we try to automate our processes. We try to automate our database. We have to make sure that everything is put in the one system. We have different systems. We have HRIS system. We have installed our financial system, billing and collection, inventory management system, and all these things. And we are trying to integrate all these systems together into one para lahat is nag-uusap yung mga sistema.
Okay, integrated. Yeah.
Exactly.
Pero yung tech access creation
yung
niyo
tech
yun.
access is also one of the things that we have adopted, especially during the pandemic. Kasi if you are familiar with, of course, everybody is familiar with GCash, no?
Yeah.
So we have with more than 8,000 workers right now. So we disburse our payroll, okay. Through ATMs or through e-wallet, and we make use of this one and created an ecosystem within the cooperative.
So looking ahead with this technology also ngayon na meron na, no, ano pa yung nakikita mong mga pwedeng gawin or long-term goals na gusto mo pang i-apply sa inyong cooperative business na makakapag-serve effectively ng mga members?
Okay. I remember one of my professors in Cambridge na sanabi niya na long-term strategies, long established management principles, these are already passé. So everybody is shocked. Diba? Strategies, long-term strategies kasi diba? That's where we're taught of, especially in MBA and Ateneo, diba? So but why are they saying now that my scholars now or the long-term objectives and strategies are passé? Because of the very fast-changing business environment, you have to adapt. You have to be agile. You have to be flexible. So these are the things that you have to take into consideration. That's why in our cooperative, from the management perspective, what is important, I guess, is that to have a goal and a long-term strategy, it's more of trying to adapt a basic guiding principles in doing business. And this is what I call the race mindset.
Wow, so napaka-interesting niyang race mind. Dapat i-guest ka pa ulit for another episode, ha? Kasi napakabilis po ng oras. Sandali na lang po tayo. Pero final message muna for our business. Mga nagne-negosyo dyan, ano ba ang maipapayo mo sa kanila?
Okay. For all those aspiring in business, venturing business, my advice or my message is one. You have to adopt and practice a powerful, big business tourism. What are these? You have to be agile. You have to practice agility, or you have to adopt adaptability, flexibility, creativity. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. You have to make some experimentation because a lot of the products are all products of experimentation.
So do not be afraid to commit mistakes. So antabayanan niyo po ang mga susunod na programa dito sa Envoys and Entrepreneurs. Next week po, ang guest po natin ay the Ambassador of Indonesia. So abangan niyo po every 5 to 6 p.m. So Arnel, maraming salamat sa inyong time. We need to have a second part 2, no? Kasi nabitin tayo, no? So next program po, salamat po sa ating mga technical crew, kay D. Edward Cabangon. And next program po, Butika ni Tita kasama ni Miss Maru Pahati Sarne. Good evening po, everyone. Thank you.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882. Ang programang ito ay inihatid